Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. Today I'm going to talk to you about tax levies. There are two types of levies. There's a bank levy, which you received a 668A form, or a wage and garnishment levy, which is a 668W form. I worked 10 years at IRS. I have been in practice 50 years, and when I was at IRS, I used to levy bank accounts and wage garnishment. So I know what to do with them. So you're speaking to an expert. Many of you have come to me because you see me on national TV. I appreciate that. For those who haven't, you can see me on TV and all the major news stations, and you can see my team of former IRS agents at 777irs.com. I want to talk to you today about what happens if you receive a bank levy or wage garnishment levy and what to do as soon as you receive those notices. The bank levy is time sensitive. That is when the bank receives a levy, you have 21 days in which to go ahead and contact IRS to get the levy released. IRS just gives you this grace period of 21 days, and you need to use it. And by the way, the money in that account is only frozen that day. So let's say the bank receives the letter Tuesday, they freeze that money. They don't send it to IRS. You could use the account Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, deposit money. You're free to do that. But on that Tuesday, the funds are frozen. So what you need to do is you need to call IRS. But before you call them, you better have an exit strategy, and you better know what to do. It's very simply stated. IRS is going to want a current financial statement. If you call the service center, they're going to want a 433F. If you have you're working with a revenue officer, they want the 433A. They're going to look at your assets, and they're going to look at your income and expenses. There's a reason that they sent that levy. It's they couldn't get your attention any other way. As an agent, I don't know how many levies and garnishments I have filed in federal tax liens. People wouldn't respond to calls and letters, so we're forced to go ahead and do that. Many levies today are computer generated. If you don't call IRS when you should, they systematically go out. Many times there's not a person looking at them and saying, I'm going to levy person, I'm going to levy that. It just goes through the IRS system, and they send out thousands of levies really on a given day, both bank and wage garnishments. So the wage levy is a little different. Usually your employer can skip your first paycheck, but by the second one, your employer has to take that money out and send it to IRS. There's exclusions from that. There's a form that comes with that where you can take out about 20% to keep it, like big deal. But the idea is really for you to call IRS and get the levy removed. If you want to get your levy removed, call us. We'll go over that form with you. We'll tell you what to do, and generally within a 24-hour period of time of receiving your financial statement, we can get that levy released. But remember, IRS is not going to do that with the current financial statement from you. So when you call them, you better be prepared to have that financial statement, usually the 433F. There, a lot of times they're going to want bank statements and a pay stub, and they're going to want some of your expenses to make sure you're living within your means. There's a whole bunch of rules IRS wants, but clearly you need to know about their financial statement before you call them. If not, they may not release the levy, or if they do, they're going to want a sizable payment agreement from you. Anyway, if you'd go ahead and give me a subscription, I'd appreciate it. I gave you everything we want, and we thrive on subscriptions. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.